Hello everybody, this is Akemi Watkins with Watkins Select Properties and Keller Williams. I'm doing a series on the key people in the transaction of buying or selling your home. I have here with me today Karl Thompson from
Proview Inspection Services.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm a home inspector.
That was a little bit.
That's a little bit.
That was a little bit.
Go into a little bit more detail. I've been doing residential and commercial construction for over 40 years. And I know what you're thinking. Stop it. And I had my own air conditioning business for over 20 years back in the day. And I did commercial construction, overseeing high-rise buildings being built.
Oh, wow.
And then I decided to do a pre-retirement, which was go into inspection and just do a little inspection, do some fishing, do some golfing.
When do you have time to fish? Because I think you do inspections every day. Okay.
God had another plan for me.
Okay.
It was like, no, just inspection, that's it. Your golf game is terrible, don't worry about it. Okay. So for the last 8 years, I've been having Proview Inspection Services, a full service inspection company.
Absolutely. And I will say this is my number one go-to when I get an inspection for my clients. He does a tremendous, wonderful, thorough job on everything. He takes the time to explain it out, what can be done, how to fix the problem or the issue very successfully and speedily as well. So I want to tell you thank you for that. Thank you for spending time with us today to explain to some of my potential clients what we can do or what the process is of inspections. So if you could tell us, why would a person want to get an inspection?
You want to get an inspection because this is your biggest investment of your life for most people. And you want to know the condition of the house. Not if it passed or failed, but just knowing the condition, knowing what you're buying, what your money is getting you. You know, so with that in mind, you want to go ahead and get an inspection done so then we can tell you from the exterior to the interior, from the roof down to the foundation, give you the condition of the home.
Okay, and I think you said something really important to make sure that we understand, knowing the condition of the home. The part that he plays, which is inspections, is the condition of the home, not how much the house is worth, which that's an appraisal that goes out and gives you kind of a value, not what's beautiful and pretty. That's what us real estate agents do. We go find you a pretty house and things that you want and desire and that fits the needs of you and your family, but the condition. So those are going to be the things that, would it be fair to say, things that we cannot see for the most part, something that we may not be aware of or don't know that it's something that should not be.
Exactly. Most realtors and buyers, when y'all go look at the house, y'all looking at what you see on the surface. And then most buyers looking where they're going to put their TV, where they're going to put the couch, the table, and things like that. And so you're not really looking at the house like we do. We go in and out these houses every day. Sometimes 6-7 days a week. So there are things that track tell us to call out and what not to call out. So those things there, y'all probably wouldn't see unless you go through that course. And so that's why y'all bring us in to break all those things down.
Absolutely, that's really good information. And what would you say would be the 5 top concerns of a potential buyer of a home?
5 things. One would be the roof, the foundation, plumbing, electrical, and your HVAC, which is your air and heat. Okay. Those are the top 5 because if there's a problem with any one of those things there, it can be a little pricey. But if it's just surface stuff, it's minimal dollars. But if it goes really bad, it can cost money to a point where you have to make a decision who's going to pay for it, and that's when the negotiation gets started.
And these would be, would you say these would be main things that we may need to negotiate or make sure that we have an understanding that they may need to be fixed before we purchase the house, because they will become us buyers' responsibility to have them done? Absolutely.
Okay. You want to take a look at all those items and make a decision while you're in your option period, how it's going to get addressed. And then you move forward from there. So that's our job, is to give you the performance of the house and what's going on within the home, and then for you guys to take that ball and make a decision on how y'all want to move forward.
Absolutely. And would you be able to give, I guess, a good example or tell us a time to where you may have looked at a property and maybe went through the inspection, let's just say, and recommended that it was not a good purchase?
Never, no. That's not our job,
Right.
Because there's nothing in a home that can't be fixed. So those top 5 things, they still can be repaired and taken care of. So there's nothing in a home that can be fixed. So the house don't pass or fail, right? But I will tell you, it was one time, only one, where I went into a home. I did the exterior, and it was just like damaged to the utmost. Then I went inside, and I felt myself sliding from the front door back toward the master bedroom, and you can see it. It's like I was at a water park, a Six Flags or something, you know, on a ride, you know. I'm like, nope. So I called the lady. She was an elderly lady, buying her home, gonna live there by herself, going to retire. And I saw so much going on with that house. I called and said, look, don't even meet me at the inspection here. I'm not gonna charge you anything. You guys need to keep looking. And that was only one time.
And I will say, I think that you have very good communication. Again, you know, this is someone that I use for my own personal clients and as well. But I think the communication is very wise, and I think that you give out good information. You explain everything quite well to where we all understand. Sometimes my clients come, sometimes they don't, but the information that he gives is really good. Or they can give him a call. He's really free with giving out the information. Nothing's kept like, oh my God, it's a secret or anything like that. Now, through the process of doing an inspection of a home, like, so what does one get after you do the inspection? Like, what do we know? What do we get tangible to be able to show or to have in our possession of what all the issues were with the home?
Very good question. When we do the inspection, we ask you guys to come at the end of the inspection. And when you come at the end, we take a lot of pictures when we're doing the inspection, inside, out, up in the attic.
And at the end, how long does it about take?
An inspection take about, let's say if it's a 2,000 square foot home, you can say a rule of thumb is for every 1 hour is about 1,000 square feet.
Oh wow! Okay,
So
that's very thorough.
Yeah,
That's thorough.
give or take the square footage of the home, the age of the home, if it have a swimming pool or if it have a crawl space. There are some other factors that can change that time frame.
Absolutely.
Right? You know, someone who's been in the game as long as I have, you can hold that true to form.
So you crawling up in the crawl spaces and all that, and
Have to make sure we make you guys look
well, it's
good.
better
right?
than you, better him than me.
Right. So with that being said, so we ask you guys to come at the end. We take those pictures that we have taken and load those pictures up on our laptop, and we'll go over all the pictures and everything like that. And then we'll go back to our office and we would load those pictures onto a software, inspection software. All the pictures that we have taken, we would put those pictures into the report and send that report out to you by email. And so you'll have everything that we talked about in a report, and you'll get it the same day.
And I do like how your reports really come detailed with the information as well. And I like that you also include things that doesn't necessarily have to be done right now, but things that you may want to do in the future.
Yes.
That is, you know,
Information.
good information for your home. Because I know in one of the reports we had something about the window sills. You might want to replace the
The
seal.
seal.
Might want to replace the little seal, but that's not something that has to be done. It's not overly expensive, but it's something you may want to do in the future to for the condition of your home.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, you know, I appreciate everybody for listening in on the video. This is going to be one of several videos in this series that are going to be the key players in the buying and selling of your home. Another question I did have was, is there a checklist or something that buyers, or well, not buyers, sellers could have prior to listing your home that they could go ahead and kind of have done already? So, you know, it doesn't come to the 3-day option period and they're trying to rush and get everything done.
Right. As a seller putting a house on the market, you may want to do a pre-listing inspection. So you want to call us out.
Hold on.
Oh,
You do a pre-listing inspection?
yes.
Okay. As many times as I use this gentleman right here, Karl with a K, I did not know he did a pre-listing inspection. So now you know, now I know. If you do want to use his services, we will definitely have the information to contact him within this video or listed within the paragraph of the information about the video. But again, so a pre-inspection. Pre-listing inspection that I did not know he did. Yes. However, I think that I've learned so well because I have come with him to several of my inspections. Like I say, he's my top number one. I've actually only used somebody one other time, but that's because he was way too busy for me and I had to get in and get out. But I think I've learned a lot by walking around with him in the properties. I kind of can know when I go even look at a property with my clients, I can almost tell, like, maybe that's something we'll put ahead of time without even waiting for the option period to mention those things. So with the pre-listing inspection, what are some of the things that our clients can do?
Well, first thing, before you put your house on the market, go ahead and take care of all the things that you know is wrong. The things that you have Band-Aid, duct tape, and things you just know you just overlooked because you haven't had the time to take care of them. Now is the time to take care of them. Right. And then the other things you may not know, that's the reason why you want to get a pre-listing inspection, because there just may be some things like with the roof. How often do homeowners really look at their shingles up on the roof? There, right?
I've never been on my roof. So.
And if you have a crawl space, how many homeowners going to crawl underneath the crawl space? I never did my crawl space
either, right. And I'm not.
So in the attic and so forth and so on. And an AC unit could be cooling, but not cooling to a point to where it's working properly. Mm-hmm. And so those little things, we don't expect for sellers to know. So that's why you want to get a pre-listing inspection. That way you'll know the condition of the house. Mm-hmm. You'll have all the facts. And now you can take care of those things, then put your house on the market and get the most you can get for the house.
Yes, absolutely. And I would ask, so when it does come for either a pre-listing or a listing, I guess it would be more so the selling of a home of a buyer. Do you do or is there a different type of inspection if it's on a BBA, conventional, or cash? Well, not cash, but.
Yeah. Well, no, track have us to do an inspection. You on the track as well.
Absolutely.
So they tell us what to call out, what not to call out. So VA, FHA, conventional, it doesn't matter. We do the same thing.
The same inspection. Okay.
Right. There are some things that VA is really picky about, and once you're in the game for a while, you understand those things and you can share that information. Mm-hmm. But no, we do exact same way.
Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I thank you guys once again. What we're going to do is take a little break from here. We're going to come back and we're going to show you some different examples of things in some properties that you can kind of
look for and address those issues prior to putting your house on the market.
Mm-hmm. And maybe things that you might not even notice. I know in this property here, he showed me how the door opens by itself. I think I have that property at my house. And I think that's one of the things, but he'll explain all those things. Stay tuned, stay with us. This is Akemi Watkins with Watkins Select Properties in Keller Williams. This is Karl with a K.
With a K.
With Proview Inspections. Yeah. So where you live is my business. Stay tuned. If you're looking to buy or sell or invest, give me a call at 214-680-3341 for all those properties that you're trying to purchase and you do find one that you are in love with. Definitely get an inspection. Hit my friend up, Karl with a K, with Proview Inspection Services. So stay tuned. We're going to come back and show you some different examples of different things to look for in your home before you list that home. Take care. Hello, everybody. We are back here today. We are talking about the key people in the buying process or the selling process. Today we have our inspector with us, Karl with a K, with Proview Inspections. So we're going to get back at it. He's going to show us a couple examples of what to look for in our home before we list the home so we can go ahead and take care of it so we don't have to try to rush and get a lot of things done during option period.
As I was walking outside, I noticed something here. It's with the front door. If you look at the front door, you can see here, I'm not touching the door, and it's moving on its own. There's a couple things that can cause that to go wrong. One would be the hinges, and the hinges look good. So, in my opinion, I believe that the floor is shifting and is sloping toward the direction of where the door is going. As you can see, the door is just moving, so it's moving towards the slope. So the house is a little bit unlevel. So if you see that, you may want to get a foundation company to come out and do an elevation reading. They come out for free, just to make sure that it's all good, because that's one of the number one things that buyers are real concerned about. We got something else here I just noticed. Here's your downspout coming from your gutters. Number one, you want to make sure your gutters are cleaned out. Make sure it's clean so you can have the rainwater to flow out. But when it flows out, here, you want it to flow at least 3 to 6 feet away from the foundation. You don't want it to come out and just pool right here up against the foundation. You want it to run away from the house. If the water sets within the foundation for so long, it can, with the saw, it can damage the saw around the house, which then will make the house move and shift over a period of time. So if you have this and you have this, please make sure it's running out 3 to 6 feet away from the house. All right? All right. One more thing, guys. When you have brick and you have a flower bed, what you want to look for is where the bricks stop. You want to see, when it's brick, you want to see 4 inches of slab. 4 inches from where the bricks stop and the slabs start. And here you can still see brick. That is a conducive condition to subterranean termites. They live in the ground, and they like 2 things. They like wood and they like moisture. So you sit them here in the bed, you're giving them a food source to come here and hang out around your brick wall and try to get in between a crack, to get in between the brick wall and the sheetrock and start eating your house out from the inside out, having a big party.
Thank you for joining me and my inspector partner, Karl Thompson, with Proview Inspection Services. Stay tuned for more information about buying or selling a home with my team of experts that allow me to give all my clients VIP service during the process.